Hello guys, and welcome to another Mad Chili video. It is week 13 still on iRacing, at least when I'm recording this. This video will likely go out on the 15th of June, when week 13 is over. But today, we're going to be doing the Battle of the Little Wings. Now, I did have the option for this race to race the Formula V, and maybe I should have, because I initially didn't consider doing this as a video, and then decided I would. But instead, we're going to take the USF 2000 out, because I had some great fun in that earlier this week in the same series around Limewatt Park. We're here at Charlotte Roval for this one, 15-minute race, 8-minute qualifying, and it's unofficial, so no iRacing or safety rating here. Now, hopefully we'll get to see some Formula Vs out on track. This thing is grid by class, so, you know, if we, no, not grid by class, I mean, so
if it is clear, push now.
Qualify, we'll be starting from the back, so maybe...
The track temp's increasing, it's now 45 Celsius.
Definitely we're going to be lapping some Formula Vs, and the last car I drove around here was iRacing UK's Discord group were running a Friday fun session, and I was in an Indy car from 2012, the one that comes with the game for free. Well, you have to pay the game, but the car itself comes with the game. And that had an awful lot more, downforce than this thing. Now, we are designated as this fastest class, but to be honest, we're actually the second fastest because there is a bit of a bug in iRacing. This needs fixing. I discovered it when I did a multi-class race with the AI. It turns out that the AI are in fact, it's a really strange bug actually, but the AI, so with the AI, basically, so the USF 2000 is classed as being faster than a Formula 3. I mean, obviously that isn't the case. My wheel, by the way, is just deciding to not stay on the desk properly. We don't want that falling off or having issues in the middle of the race, particularly. Right, I'll just ignore it. Anyway, let's go to qualifying. 20 litres of fuel, which is enough.
Looks like you're clear on the pit exit. Okay, Morgan, we've got 2 laps. Let's get this done.
Easily. And we don't really need to send it out for qualifying because 20 litres is such a small amount. Anyway, let's actually get on with... You know, I've never actually done a lap of Charlotte Roval in this thing. So, we're going right in with a race. Obviously, I have driven Charlotte Roval in quite a few different cars. I mean, more notably, an Indy car, and also an Audi TCR and a Ferrari GT3, so I do have a little bit of experience with all of them. Anyway, out we go then. This should be interesting again. I mean, no iRacing, no safety rating. It's a bit of a chill race, this. Just recording it because I thought, you know what, it's got a bit more content for you guys to watch. Oh, it's this Charlotte Roval, the one that has a really, really narrow but quite fast chicane. I imagine it's actually been very fun in a Formula V. So maybe I should have taken the Formula V. I've given it a test drive, the V, but I've never raced it in a race. First impressions are it's basically like a kart actually. It's pretty good fun. Also, I just noticed we picked up one incident point. Oh, we did that running wide, didn't we? We did that running wide. Anyway, out on our first lap then of 2. Oh my word, I keep forgetting that this thing has no downforce compared to the Indy car that I was racing around here. The thing is, it's confusing me because this thing actually looks from the cockpit quite similar to the Indy car. Obviously, speed-wise, it's nowhere near, because the Indy car obviously is also open wheel, and I believe it also has, it doesn't have a wheel design the same as this, but it's the same kind of thing. But it's an open wheel kind of rim. So that means that I think I'm driving the Indy car, and I'm actually not. It doesn't really matter though. Oh no! Okay, so we can't go flat out there. In some cars you can go flat out, not in all of them. Luckily it hasn't damaged our car. I kept it out of the wall, so that's our first lap gone. Now I would really like to try and get a lap in here, otherwise we'll be stuck behind all the Formula Vs on the start. Thankfully, because of this corner here, it hasn't compromised Yeah, that spin hasn't compromised our second lap at all. And that first lap was likely going to be slower. Oh, never mind. Probably not now. I've locked up and made a mess. Well, to be honest, any lap will be good enough to beat the Formula Vs. So that's all I'm going to focus on. And the other car is the Skippy. And again, any lap by this thing, even if it's a rubbish one, should comfortably beat the Skippy. So it's just about getting a lap in. Because unlike other multi-class series, this thing is not grid by class. So if I qualify behind a Skippy, I will start behind the Skippy. Oh, that was close. Quite understeer this car. I don't race it very often. It's very rare, actually, that I race it. Right, slow down more.
It's just done 115.2.
Okay, I don't quite know how much you can get away with around there, so I'm just being a bit calm for now. I mean, that first lap actually counted somehow. I'm pretty sure. That's weird. That wouldn't usually have counted. Actually, no, it didn't. I'm being ridiculous. Right, 117.
P2, you're currently 2.1 off the pace.
Which is currently 2 seconds off the other person in my class. I know we can do better than that. It's because it was obviously just... Well, it was actually a bit of a... We messed up with a lockup, obviously. And I really don't know what this car's capable of, but as you can see there, a lot faster than any of the Skippies or Formula Vs, which is what matters. So, we're against a load of other USF 2000s, although at the moment, none of those guys are qualifying. And in fact, one of them just qualified and is behind me. So that's interesting. Looks like everyone's numbers have been assigned based on iRacing up to the first 25, so... Car number 9 is where we are. There's actually, I've seen this normally on week 13. Most of the high rating people stay out of the way and don't play it, but there's actually been quite a few high strength of field races I've been involved in, even unofficial ones, like the Spec Racer Ford race I ended up being in. That had, you know, strength of field of 2,600, which is, you know, that's pretty high, because I'm only 2,300 and something. So that's quite a high rating for me to be in. Okay, someone else has set that other lap now. So it looks like really we should be aiming for 1 minute 16s, 1 minute 15s. And you can see this is that class bug I mentioned. It's quite obvious that the Formula Renault 2.0s are quicker than the USF 2000s, which you'd expect. Because the USF 2000 is effectively a baby Indy car. The Renault 2.0 is a baby F1 car. So, you know, normally you'd think that the baby F1 car would be quicker than the baby Indy car. So, a bit of a weird one. The iRacing thinks it's faster. It needs fix. It's because these cars never really race against each other usually. The USF 2000 only really competes usually in its own series. It has I think it's called Formula Sprint, and then whoever sponsors it that season.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 47 Celsius.
But it's called the Formula Sprint series. So, and I think they're 15-minute races. I did one on my channel once. We did an oval one and one at Summit Point. So you can go back and look on the channel for that. Anyway, qualifying is finishing in 1 minute. And also looking forward to the next season. I'm looking forward to week 1 of the GT3s. They are at Road Atlanta, which is a track that I have great experience of now, thanks to the FTR GT3 Endurance League that I've been taking part in. Again, I haven't uploaded any footage from that on my channel, but I've been taking part in that solo endurance, which is a bit crazy, but it's been good fun. But when I do it, I learn the track very, very well. So on that list so far, you've got Zandvoort, VIR, Virginia International Raceway. I already said Zandvoort. Oh yeah, and Red Atlanta and Bathurst. So although I wasn't that quick around Bathurst, I literally did that last night around Bathurst. Crazy. Anyway, 10 seconds till the end of qualifying. We've got 6 cars in our class, so not a load. With there being 4 classes, I don't think a single class has that many people in it. You've got 6,
That's the
7,
end of the session.
7,
P3.
and 7. So all the classes are pretty much equal with playability. Right, let's go to the grid then. and get started. 20 litres, it's probably more than enough for 15 minutes. So the good thing is that we're starting ahead of all the skippies and all the Formula Vs. Standing start in this one, which is always interesting. And let's get ready to go. Waiting for everybody to load into the grid. Never understand why people take so long to load into the grid, by the way. I mean, what we're doing, there's no setup changes to be done. It's week 13. I mean, even though it's open setup, who actually practices and makes setups for week 13 unranked races? I mean, you know this race is going to be chaos. I don't even know if I'm going to finish this race, you know? Like, that's how chaotic these races get. It's rather that it's kind of a, oh, I hope I finish, rather than a, yes, I will finish, I just don't know where. Because no one cares. I mean, these races are without the stake of iRating or safety rating, and well, it's multi-class open-wheel racing. I mean, what do you expect? That's why open-wheel cars typically don't do multi-class racing. I mean, imagine multi-class Formula 1. I mean, I guess it kind of is with the Haas cars around, you know? Oh dear. But, yeah, if you had, like, 20 Haas cars versus 20 Mercedes, you know, that's what you'd end up with. Anyway, just saying, I'm not permanently roasting Haas F1. On with the race, and off the topic of F1. Anyway, 20 seconds to the start at the grid. Where is everybody? This is what I mean, look, there's oh, there you go, they're just loading in, there you go. Everyone's loaded in now, so now I was like, where is everyone?
15 minutes. The track temp is 46 Celsius. Alright, Morgan, nice and neat, stay out of trouble. Go, nail it. 15 minutes left.
Got a better start than the other USFs ahead of us.
He's still there. Right side's clear.
So we're in second now of our class. That's not good.
On your left. You're clear on the left side. Our left.
That's not good.
Left side's clear.
Wait, is the car okay? Wait, what?
We'll need to come in for repairs.
Oh.
Show us the meatball flag.
Okay, so this is one thing. This is one reason I don't do open wheel racing in iRacing. My car's basically fine, yeah. But apparently I've got a meatball flag. Even though my car feels absolutely
Right
fine.
side.
So it's a bit of a weird
Right's clear, good job.
and I wish it didn't exist in iRacing. Anyway, into the pits we go then. We had some understeer there, as you can probably tell. I haven't practiced.
Pit lane speed limit is 64 kilometers per hour. It's fine, you got loads.
I mean, honestly, I'm pretty surprised by that, because the car's fine. I mean, like, it tracks pretty much in a straight line.
Box in, 5, 4, 3.
And it generally feels
2,
okay, so
1.
I'm surprised.
Box now.
Anyway, pit and go, because we've got a fast repair. And now we need to make sure we don't do that again. So we haven't actually lost too much in the way of time because of the fast repair. Also, the Formula Vs and skip barbers are so slow that we've only lost a few positions to them. Oh yeah, totally good time to blink out there. And the skippies look so massive now. I'm used to them being really small.
Clear left,
when
good
I
job.
race them.
Okay, Morgan, the next car is...
You got one left side. Left side's clear. He's on your left side. Clear on the left.
Oh no. Oh no.
Right side's clear. On your right
Is it just
side.
me or is this
clear.
thing suddenly difficult to drive? It wasn't difficult to drive before. As I said, this is kind of the thing with this kind of racing on week 13. Yeah.
Left side.
I'm not purposely being
Clear left.
rubbish. I mean, we'll soon make up positions. In fact, there were 6 people in our class, and I'm 4th. So I don't know how I'm not last, but I'm not last. So that kind of says something, doesn't it, about how this race is. Oh, if I finish 3rd, 2nd, that'd probably be a gain of iRating. That's how nuts week 13 is.
Our left. Clear left.
It is
Good job,
just
buddy.
bad racing. That's kind of... So that's why I didn't do any practice, which is probably my fault, but... it's a good way to actually learn tracks in the middle of a race, kind of with not much pressure. Because when you're in a race, I don't know why, I feel like I concentrate more, and I do better than in practice. Even a race like this. Well, that probably isn't coming across in this video. Oh!
Stewards have warned us about track limits. Keep it between the lines.
After that wall hit, I think the car was actually pretty much fine. Well, this thing slides really weirdly. Looks like someone else has binned it up ahead there. Yeah, this thing manages to oversteer and understeer at the same time. So yeah, I actually think I'm third in my class, and I'm really not sure how I've done. That's where I started, remember? Third. So I haven't actually lost any positions despite having to come in for a... So if anything, having to come in for a pair probably made this race better, because now we're not going to be having to deal with other people in USF 2000. We can just go around at our own pace. Because obviously this is multi-class, remember, so we're going to be lapping those Formula Vs quite quickly because they're so slow. Honestly, if the Formula Sprint goes to Charlotte this season, I might actually consider doing it. It's good fun. I do like Charlotte Roval in smaller cars. I think it's an amazing track. I just don't think it suits doesn't suit GT3s or anything, which iRacing sometimes tries to run on it. Oh, I thought I was
just
gone
cut the
then.
track.
I thought I was gone. So this car is definitely weird. It understeers sometimes and then oversteers other times. I hate cars like that.
Okay, Morgan, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Personally, I prefer a tiny bit of oversteer because it allows you to go a bit quicker into the corners, but not so much that the car spins. But when it's both, that's the absolute worst. Because one minute you're trying to correct oversteer, and then before you know it, the car's going straight on into a wall. I much prefer one or the other. I'm going to try and get a 1 minute 16 in at some point. I think it should be possible. And I'm third in class out of 6. I mean, as I said, that kind of just says everything you need to know about week 13 on iRacing. I've used a fast repair and I've done no practice, and I'm in the top half of the field. For my class. Anyway. I'm starting at the hang of this middle section now. So the last car I drove around here was an Audi touring car in an official race. In a bit of a fun race, it was an Indy car from 2012. But either way, it's got a bit of difference. You can see from the relative. Again, there were 7 Formula Vs. There's only 4 left by the look of it. But they're already among us. They're already there. So it hasn't taken them long. But they are very slow, the Formula Vs. We'll see when they go by. Also, the amount of smoke that comes out the back of them when they change gear. Apparently it's randomised as well, like in real life. So sometimes a certain Formula V that someone loads in
slower class cars
will chuck smoke all the time, and some of them will not chuck much smoke. That's to simulate them being homemade, like real Formula Vs. Which I think is really cool. Apparently it has no performance impact. I loved that iRacing specified that.
Clear left side.
Just in case people start getting crossed
He's on your left
I
side.
guess.
Clear left. Good job, buddy.
Oh wow, we did a 1 minute 15 just then. I've only just noticed. So that's good. We're learning quickly.
Alright, Morgan, halfway home. Fuel's good.
Oh, that was a little tap on the wall. That shouldn't be a meatball. If it is, I'm questioning iRacing's physics. But it does note the reason I don't like the damage model, and why I don't like open wheels cars in iRacing is when they seem to be more too sensitive on meatball flags.
Slower class car ahead.
Anyway, because what meatball flag actually means is that you can't do 107% of the leader's lap times. That's what a meatball flag means. It means you're so damaged you can't keep up with it.
The gap in front has increased. It's now about 16 seconds.
I thought I could go for it then, but I couldn't.
Coming up on your clear right side.
The speed difference is really confusing me. This is a really fun race though. I do really like the USF 2000. I mean, I know you had to use a repair, but it's a really lovely car.
The track temperature's rising. It's now 48 Celsius.
My problem, I said, it's open wheel, which means that it's a bit too fragile, really, to be racing when safety rating and iRacing count. Because that means if something does happen, see, there's not really a lot you can do. Right, what's happened to first? Well, he's miles ahead, he's quick. That's crazy. Obviously, I'm third, and I'm third by a long way. I don't know what's happened to the 4th, 5th, and 6th placed USF 2000s. Let's try and get a really fast lap in now. Go for it. How did I do that 1 minute 15? 1 minute 15. What were the other 6 and 117s? Did I misread it?
Track limits.
Oh, I did actually do a 1 in 15. Yes.
Should be about 23 minutes of fuel left. 0.8 litres per lap.
Yeah, maybe
5 minutes to go.
Wait.
This is good. We'll be on the podium if we can keep it together.
That was bad. Thankfully, this isn't an official race, thankfully. Because I'm not very good in this USF 2000. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm pretty pleased with third, though. Oh dear! Oh, I thought the car was dead then. It's okay though, amazingly. Another reason why iRacing's damage model doesn't really make any sense though, like you hit the wall a tiny bit, meatball flag. Go flying in the air at top speed, and then come back down with a thud. Nah, you're good. No damage. But I'm pretty sure in real life that would absolutely it would basically obliterate the floor of one of these things, and your aero and your top line, so straight line speed would be gone. So kind of weird. That doesn't happen in iRacing.
Coming up on a slower class car.
Oh, that was close. Right, we're catching this skip piece now. Again, 7 of them, but only 4 of them seem to be left. So every class seems to have lost 3 people.
On your right, clear on the right.
That was great then. Oh my word. Wait, when I blinked out, I suddenly gained an absolute ton of slowdown. Someone explain how that worked. That was the greatest skip over like a crash barrier curb thing. That was great. I still don't know how I did that 1 minute 15, and then I haven't done anything like that since.
Okay, Morgan, we've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines. Approaching some slower cars. These guys are fighting for position.
I hate that corner. That's the one corner I don't like at Charlotte Roval. It's just understeer.
2 minutes to go.
That's
2
all
minutes.
It's lots of understeer.
Car left. You're clear on the left side. You got one right side. Right's clear.
Right, so obviously we're still third. I don't think we're going to gain any more positions because I'm slower than most of the other people in my class. Again, I did this with zero practice, and I'm not very good in the USF 2000. Although we're still in the top half of the field, so again, I don't totally know what happened to the other three. I don't think I ever really saw them. We can have a little look. You can see. Oh wow, there's only 5 of us. Okay, and 2 of them are out, so that explains it. And we're coming up to lap the Formula V's again. That's how slow they are. They're not really designed for the Charlotte Roval. The Rookie V series doesn't actually go to the Charlotte Roval. It uses the inside the Legends track. It's a little short track inside
Slow car ahead. This guy's their class leader.
On your right. Clear right.
Right, I think this next one should be the last lap now. Look how slow that Formula V is. That's great.
Right side. Right's clear. There's a group of slower cars ahead. Okay, Morgan. One more to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium.
I'm trying to be really quick, but I can't. I don't understand
Just
how
2
I set
minutes
that
left,
one.
2 minutes to
1
go.
minute 15. And then these are 1 minute 18s, and I'm like, what am I doing different?
Coming up on your left. Clear left.
We've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines.
He's on your left side. Clear left. Good job.
Nice racing, everyone.
Those Formula V's are so slow from on the outside there. It's crazy. Also, I'm convinced there were 6 USF 2000s, and that's one of them didn't make the start.
Slower car ahead. This guy's their class leader.
Coming up on your clear on the right.
Right, and we make it to the end. Maybe a bit of a, hopefully an interesting video for you guys to see the brand new Formula V. Well, at least we're passing it anyway. And also to get something a little bit different on the channel, I suppose. Even if not a very interesting race. Yeah,
nice
that was a
one,
1
great
minute
drive.
19
That's a podium.
compared to a 1 minute 15. What do I do differently? It's weird. Well, there we are. That was an interesting one. Again, very, very slow. And both of those people had less iRating than me as well, so not great on the iRating front. But again, not an official race, so who cares? And that's about it now. I'm just going to wait for the results. And the iRacing UI is being weird because it's saying that my sim is still running. Okay, it's gone now. I was going to say my sim is not running. So if it thinks that my sim is running, then there's some issues. Now, that should be probably it now for iRacing Week 13 content. Just the 2 videos. I haven't really had time for much else. I was thinking about doing a Rallycross one. But in the end, I decided against that. So here are the results. Look, you can see. Oh, there was 6 USF 2000s. They just didn't start. So if this one was based on iRating, we probably would have maybe lost like 5, 10. So, you know, not too bad. When did I get 8 incident points? Must have been running wide all the time. You can see there, 1 minute 15.7. The best lap was only a 1:14, so I don't understand how I did a 1:15, which was only 1 second off the top pace, and yet I was doing like loads of 1 minute 18s and things. Weird. 5 splits, which, you know, obviously that was quite obvious. There was going to be that many splits. Car won in our split. Only 2,400 iRating, so in fact, oh, that must be a custom number. car 1. Car 2 was actually the most, with 6,400 iRating doing an unofficial race. See what I mean? So someone took the number 1 car number and then got given it. So there we go. Anyway, guys, hope you really enjoyed that. Hope to see you in the next video, and bye-bye.